going to show how to do the most basic macrame thing. Here, let me undo this one. And you're going to have 2 short strings and then 2 significantly longer strings. You see this just goes on forever. The 2 short ones you're going to place in the middle, and the long ones are what you're going to use to create the spiral. Okay, so I'm going to simply cross this over here, but instead of going over all 3, I'm only going to cross over 2. Okay, which means that I will essentially take the second longer one and let it be over. Okay, and then I'm going to tuck it through and around. I'm essentially just making a typical knot that you would use to tie your shoelaces, but I'm making that knot consistently the same way each time around these 2 short strings. Okay, and now I'm going to do that again. I'm just going to, let me hold this up better to the camera. I'm going to essentially create that little bunny loop, go over the string, back and through that loop. Okay. See, and then tighten again. Now I'm going to continue this process, and this should start to slowly turn. Okay. The design will start to get tight. You can make it as loose or as tight as you like. I will warn you though, if you make it very tight, then your pacifier clip will not wiggle. It will be like a very straight, sharp rope, and won't have much give to it until it wears down a bit. So kind of end towards the, err towards the looser end of the spectrum on tightening these. Okay. You see that starting to turn a little bit. Continue. I'm using the left string over and over again to create that original bunny ear loop, as they'd say. Here. Okay, now what if I want to tie this off? Granted, this isn't quite the length of a pacifier clip, but let's say we want to tie this off, okay? Or just create a stopping point and then maybe continue on the pattern in a minute, kind of a gathering of the chords. So in order to do that, we will gather them right here. I'm going to take a secondary string and tie this around. Okay, so I have a secondary string. And I'm just going to loop this around as many times as I feel fit to tie this really tight knot. Continue and use this knot up. Okay, now I need to do something with these. I'm going to take my nice safety needle here. And I'm going to just come up through, no specific way, but kind of the more chords I pierce with this needle, I will have a sturdier knot here. So I'm going to come through here and then come back down, trying to pierce some more of those chords. Okay. Okay, and I'll do the same with this side as well. Okay, and so with that, I have a fairly tight cord. Okay, that's not going to go anywhere by any means. So I can cut these off at the seam right here, or I could tie them together if I'm feeling particularly anxious that it's going to somehow unravel right there. Okay, and then cut them. So I'm going to cut these. And there we go, and then I might cut the base right here to give this nice frayed edges. All right, and that's how you tie it off. And to tie a knot. So now I might continue my pattern again. Okay. Continue to grow. I have a nice little knot in the middle. I have some more spinning. Now how am I going to tie this off? And I will show you that in the next video. So be sure to click on the QR code of how to tie off and finish your pacifier clip.